quick 1 minute introduction about Aurelius. Sandeep would say, Aurelius, we are a Noida-based corporate training organization. We have been, just to give you a quick snapshot of Aurelius, we've been in the business for the last 5 years. We have our headquarters in Noida, Delhi, Bangalore, Pune, and we have a team of about 65 member team. We do various different things like sourcing, delivery, business development, client servicing, marketing, and we have been in a direct panel for 15 IT companies across India. We have a very pan-Indian presence. We have trainer fraternity, both Indian and overseas, and we have an ample 25,000 square feet office, and these are the different services that we offer: corporate training, manpower, staffing solutions, consultancy services, and payroll services. And we just give you a number of some of our prominent clients. We're not going to go through all of this. So these are our different very prominent clients, including Tech Mahindra and many other Capgemini and many more clients. And we specialize in a wide-ranging domains. Most of the technologies we are able to provide training solutions to many of our clients. So this is a quick overview of. I think we will also be sharing this presentation to you at the end of it. So I'm not really going to go over this in detail, but this should just give you a rough overview of what we have, and what are our capabilities in terms of. Distribution, and also we have done training for a number of different domains. So these are some of the different domains that we have been working with. So that will give you a brief overview. Though it's not completely related to this specific training, but we just would like just you to understand what Aurelius has been doing over the period of last 5-6 years. So these are that's we also do BFSI training. We have a number of different domains, and we also do some domain-specific networking certification-related trainings as well. So that will give an end-to-end and plus mobile solutions. We also do a lot of induction batches from fresh graduates, and also SAP-related trainings. Also specific healthcare and high-end tech. No problem at all. So they have just basically, okay. Just for the sake of everyone, I think what we would be just looking at is just a basic SharePoint administration module, and we'll just go by different things. And please stop me, if you have any queries. Unless you say send me a chat message, I will not be able to understand. If you understand or not, if you have any questions or not. So on that note, I think we'll just start with SharePoint administration. Okay, so SharePoint administration, so I'm just moving on to the next slide, which is getting started with SharePoint 2013.
Can you just put with the introduction of what is SharePoint and version before this?
Yes, okay. Yes, we will also be looking at that. Okay. So, see, SharePoint, we're currently working on SharePoint 2013. SharePoint 2013 is the latest version. Is not the latest version. The SharePoint 2016 is the latest version, but that is still not fully released. The version that is in production in many SharePoint implementations is SharePoint 2013. The prior version of SharePoint is SharePoint 2010, and the version before is SharePoint 2007. And then there was SharePoint 2003. So 2003 onwards, SharePoint has been in existence since SharePoint 2003. So 2003, 2007, 2010, and then 2013. So that's the latest implementation. That's the latest implementation. Just to give you a heads up, about SharePoint. SharePoint is the content management system. but it's not just, it is a Microsoft product. It is built on ASP.NET. It is one of the Microsoft premier products, which is a content management system, but it is not only a content management system, it also has a number of other functionalities like a document management system, like it has, just be honest. Yeah, okay. So it's a content management system, then it's also a document management system. Then what you can also do is you can do a number of third-party integrations with SharePoint, and build in some reports, different collections, and it is typically integrated with your with your organizational Active Directory, which means that you can just use your Windows user account into logging into SharePoint. So it doesn't have to maintain any special login credentials. There's no special login credentials. It will be a single sign-on using your own Windows SharePoint Windows user account. More beyond that, we will just dive directly into SharePoint, because rather than just running through these presentations, I think what would probably make sense for all of you is just to open up SharePoint and then go through the different options that are available inside SharePoint. That would be the best starting point. So if you can please share my screen. So what we'll do, okay, we've got different presentations, but what we'll do is we'll try to just move away from the presentation for a bit, because we want to do the actual logging into the SharePoint system itself. We will just go through these introductions into SharePoint, and once we do that, then we will alternate between these presentations and into SharePoint. Yes? Excellent. Just bear with me for a second. I'm just logging into my own SharePoint machine. I'll just take number 3 for now. So we have just now logged on to the SharePoint machine. So I hope that everyone is able to see. So in your SharePoint machine, so typically, SharePoint is a web application. So which means that you can browse through SharePoint from any of your local machines. You don't have to log in into the server to log into the SharePoint. So you can just log in from anywhere. But for this training itself, because we have not configured the SharePoint to be accessed from external machines, we are just logging in from this machine itself. So if I just go into I should see a SharePoint Central Administration. The SharePoint Central Administration is the place where you administer SharePoint, but we will not just be going to the central admin, because that's part of the training, that's part of the forthcoming trainings, but that's not in the scope for this training. So, but we are just going to use the central administration just to create a site collection for now. And once we create the site collection, which is the starting point for any end user, so then from then on we will be able to just get working in SharePoint. So please just stay along. I'm just creating a new web application and a website, and once we create the website, then we can get going. So till such time, I'm just going to mute myself. So just inside the SharePoint admin, we are actually creating a new web application. So once we create the web application, then you will be able to just take it through. Please don't worry about all the numbers, the complexity of this, because this is not something that you will be doing on a daily basis. This is only for SharePoint administrators. So please don't worry about this. So just one more question on top of this. For the administration training and the developer training, is it going to be the same set of people or is it going to be a different set of people?
I think it's a different set of people.
So your scope would be just to learn SharePoint from an end user perspective.
This is a end user plus admin level. SharePoint basic administration.
Basic site collection level administration.
Collection level administration plus some of the central admin part.
Yes, okay. Yep.
So you in that video file. That is you are good for that.
Yeah, okay. See, my only worry, Santosh, is just to please ensure that everyone has the right environment for the training, because today, being the first day is okay, but I think starting tomorrow, I think you should take the initiative to make sure that everyone has got the right environment, the right laptops, the right setup, so we are able to proceed ahead without, we've already lost about a considerable time today in just setting this up. So appreciate, if someone can take the leadership role in that and organize it, that would be really good.
Yeah, I will talk with learning organization. Tomorrow we will arrange that.
Excellent, no problem. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay. So it's just what we are actually doing now is we're just creating a new web application. So which means it's just creating a lot of back-end stuff. So you just have to just wait for it.
This is a totally technical way. That's why it's like I don't know how much will be able to. Please we understand that these are the steps of return. You speak technical, we better into simple. I will try to. I have understood you just mentioned which templates are there. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there. So I'm not going to go through this now because we have all of that as part of the content. But basically, what we are going to do is we're just going to first start off with the site collection, and then when we do the central administration training, then we will also provide you with that different templates.
Okay, sure.
Selected templates. Yes, predefined templates provided by Microsoft.
Yes, just while we are waiting for this to create it, there are just these different templates. There are different teams templates. We will be looking at all of these different templates later in a different part of the later training. So now everyone's got a speaker, right? Like, or is there a speaker in the office now? You're able to hear me very well.
Yes, you are audible now.
Excellent. So now what it is actually doing is it's creating what is called a site collection. The site collection is the first point of the UI where you will start getting into SharePoint from an end user perspective. So that's why we are first creating the site collection. So once the site collection is created, now you see that the site collection has been successfully created. You see that message. So now if I go into the list of site collections, I should be able to see that a new site collection has been created. A new site collection has been created, and that's that URL of the new site collection. So if I just okay, so now your site that we created, which is called SP training, has been created. as you can see that this is just nothing just a website, but behind the scene it's got a lot of SharePoint components which all make up for one big SharePoint website. So a SharePoint website, as such, right now, what you're seeing right now, it's a very plain vanilla SharePoint 2013 look and feel. That's how the SharePoint branding has always been. And now what we can do is, as you can see from here, there are a number of options that are available, like share your site, working on certain deadlines. So you can set up some tasks and some user tasks, and you can also create some libraries of lists, and also you can do your organizational branding. Say, for instance, if you want to change the logo or if you want to change the color, so you can do all of that. So typically, just with an end user knowledge of SharePoint, you as an administrator itself, you can just go and change it the way that you want it to look like. You can just do all your branding on and all that. So before we get on to the parts of all of that, so I'll just quickly go back to my presentation, where what it says is getting started with SharePoint 2013 as a site collection. So what we have seen is one site collection. So a site collection is the collection of sites. Say, for instance, you've got KPIT. So KPIT itself is one site collection, so under which you may have multiple sites inside KPIT. So each site is probably one department. So say, for instance, there's an HR department, or there is a finance, or there's a finance, there's HR, there's IT, there is there's many budgeting and all that. So there's many more different sections. So each of them can be considered to be part of one site, whereas there is this one big site collection, so under which you may have multiple sites. And sites can belong to one site collection, and you can also have multiple site collections in one